All right, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. My name's Anthony, and as you can tell from today's title, we are heading to the track. If you guys are a long-time follower of this channel, you guys know I normally don't do track days in the midst of summer, mainly because, like, look, it's 6:40 right now, and my temperature gauge is already showing 91 degrees. So, yeah, welcome to Texas. So it's only going to get hotter. I think they say today is a high of like 101, which no, normally that's measured in like not in direct sunlight, so about there on track is probably going to be like 110, 115. I definitely expect the rear coupling to overheat to give me that rear diff warning, so I plan on being in front wheel drive quite a bit today. But that's neither here nor there. I am going out to test the suspension work before I head out to California for Grid Life in Laguna Seca. Now I know that's still like a couple months away, but I don't work on my car full time, so I need as much time as possible to be able to work on it and address any issues that pop up. So today I'm testing out the coilovers to see if it actually made any significant difference. I'm basically only going to try to see if it improved the handling feel, because I don't expect a personal best today, not with today's temperature. Today's morning is already 91. Like I said, I think that was the high last time when I went to go track. So I don't expect a personal best. I do expect to hopefully the car feels better. It doesn't have as much body roll. It doesn't understeer as much. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it understeers more. All stuff I'll have to play around with today. I did take off the MST intake, so that way there's no variable in that setting. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, you added this and that. So right now, the car, short of the suspension work, is the exact same from the very last time I tracked, which I think back in like March, maybe February, somewhere around that time. So very, very different in terms of temperature, but car-wise, suspension work is the only thing that's different. And then, yeah, enough rambling on. I'm gonna go get some gas, and then we'll head out to MSR. All right, guys. So I am here. I'm in the paddock. I'm basically just trying to set up my area. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go ahead and unload my car, make sure all my chairs and water and tools are out. So, and then after that, I'm just gonna go ahead, torque down my wheels, make sure I'm good and tight. First session starts at 9 a.m. I believe we are at the bottom of the hour, so we won't be going on until 9:30. It's about 8 o'clock right now, so I got about an hour and a half to get my car ready, which isn't very much. Just get it unloaded, settle in, take a quick cool down, because it is hot out here. And yeah, let me go ahead, torque down my wheels, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm about to get about another 30 minutes before we head out. I'm going to go ahead and set the tire pressure. I'm going to set it a little lower than I normally do because it's going to be pretty hot today. So I'm going to try and do it at like 27 instead of my 28 and see how it goes from there. And then I'll probably just leave it at 20 in the rear, since the rear doesn't really see that much usage anyways. But yeah, probably should go lower than that. Probably should go down to like a 26. But I don't know. We'll see how the day goes. I can always take it out. It's harder for me to add it on because there's no air station out here. But yeah, let's go ahead and set these tire pressure and then get ready to head out on track. Okay, so a quick note. Today I'm going to be doing a few different driving angle perspectives. And I just want to see which one works out better for me, and maybe even for you guys. So let me know which guys, or which position you guys prefer it from. I'm going to do one from my passenger seat facing the front. I'm going to do one from a POV driving perspective, and then I'm going to do one on the outside facing towards the driver, so on the left side, to give you that outside perspective. I don't have a mount for like right in front, unfortunately, so I can't do one of those, but out of the three choices today, let me know which ones you guys prefer, and I'll try to stick to that perspective a lot more in my video. So yeah. Okay, tire pressure's checked. Let's see if this starts. Okay, tire pressures are good, wheels are torqued down. Let's see what we can do. If I am gonna get any sort of time, it's gonna be this morning, because it's just gonna get hotter and hotter. It's already damn near touching almost 100 degrees, but yeah, let's go ahead and head out. First point of view will probably be from the passenger side chair, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so a quick update. As you guys saw, I went out there for a few laps, and it is just way too hot. My tires, I did not let enough air out. I should have probably figured. So I'm going to try to bring it down to about 26 cold. So I'm going to have to wait for them to cool down a little bit. I really would like them to be around like 30 hot is where I want them to be. The rear is basically where it is. 31, not too bad. Suspension update. The car handles right off the bat more amazing. It's definitely a lot more tail happy now than it was before. Before it was very like understeery, but now the tail kicks out on me quite a bit. I only did a few laps because like after like 3 or 4 laps, my oil temps were already knocking at 270. So definitely the next thing that needs to be addressed on this car is an oil cooler. But as far as the suspension so far, it's really, really good. I'm going to try to go back out there with the correct tire pressures and hopefully it feels even better. Because as of right now, the car feels really greasy. It does not inspire confidence at all, even though it feels amazing. But yeah, gonna wait, let it cool down, and then we'll head back out. So a quick update, I have about 2 sessions in with the car. It is just way too hot. My best lap time of the day was, as I expected in the morning, a 1:52, which was my old personal best without the suspension work, which honestly in this weather I'm surprised I was even able to hit. But my oil temps are right around 270, 275. It's just way too hot, so I let off a lot. I'm getting about 3 to 4 laps before I'm letting off, and just do a cool down lap to bring oil temps down. Sorry if there's a lot of wind noise. What was I saying? Yeah, so my coolant temps are amazing. They're like 190, 200 at the most, so I don't know if it's the vented hood or what, but like my coolant temps are spot on. I don't think I would need a radiator anytime, anywhere in the near future. I don't think it went over 202, so that's good. Oil temps definitely needs an oil cooler. The suspension feels amazing. The car feels just so much better. The tires can't even keep up. R1Rs, while being okay, much better than stock, they're still not that great. They're probably just a slight step above the stock ones, so nothing too major there. But Overall, I think today was a very good day. The car just feels and rotates so much better. It rotates how I want it to rotate now. There is still some understeer, but I think that's just me coming in way too hot because my brakes are fading now in this heat. I'm definitely having to stop a lot sooner than I normally would. I don't think my brake fluid's boiling over. It's still pretty clear. I'm not doing that many sessions, but overall, definitely way too hot to be doing this, but good idea for me to have some test and tune in before the track day. But those are my quick updates. I may not even do the next session. It may not even be worth it. So I got my 3 point of views in. We'll see how I feel come later in the day. But what do you say we go ahead and walk around and check out some of these other cars that are here? So unfortunately, this blue S2000 had to cut his day short, not due to heat, but due to mechanical failure. It's pretty sad. I'm not really sure what's going on, but just wouldn't drive. For you longtime followers of the channel, it looks like it was done by Inline Racing. If you guys know me, have been long time following, you know I used to work there right around 6 or 7 years ago, but had to leave due to like differences between me and the boss. But I'll get into that in another time. But here we are. Basically, this is just a 86 track day, which is really cool. This one is owned by my friend Dan. Super clean. Surprised he's bringing it out on track. Just a test and tune. First time out, just doing a shakedown. Super clean. Look at this. ITBs, headers. You're getting real initial D vibes right now. Look at that. Roll cage. Once again, sorry for all the wind noise. It's really windy out right here. Carbon fiber trunk lid. Lexan glass. Quick latch. Love these. Then you got a coupe over here, which is driven by Vincent. Super quick. Mainly, the car itself is quick. The way you drive it, he basically hardly ever brakes. So he's going through the corners even much quicker than I am. So then we got another one over here. This one looks like it's also meant for drifting and time attack. So it's a dual purpose 86 build. Corolla track day going on over here. So, yeah. Got a BMW, stock, just tires and wheels. Here's the motor. And this one. This thing sounds nasty out on track. It's so loud. Love it. But yeah, that's over here on this side. There's more people over there on the other side, but we basically decided to get on the canopy because it's just way too hot. But yeah, I'll walk over there in a little bit. So, but until next scene. Against my better judgment, I went out and did another session. my coolant temps finally got to about 210. Still not bad. I think at a high I saw at one point my oil went up to almost 279, so that was definitely not it. And I knew this was going to happen. I just thought it was going to happen a lot sooner. But my all-wheel drive overheating warning came on, so it's basically in two-wheel drive right now. I mean, it doesn't go into limp mode. I mean, it's a form of limp mode, I guess, since it's in only two-wheel drive. But I could have kept tracking, but what's the point? I just would have had dead weight in the rear. So right now it is only in front-wheel drive mode until the car cools down, or at least it deems it cool enough to go into all-wheel drive again. But yeah, I think that is going to be it for me today as far as sessions go. I'll probably hang out for a little bit. Get some more footage if I can, but overall I think that was my track day for today. It's only a half day. It's already almost 100 degrees outside, so on track is probably like 110. Really hot. My brakes are fading. My coolant is great. My oil is too hot. But anyways, so they're about to head out to finish up the session. But yeah, let me see if I can get some footage of them. All right, guys, so that is it for the track day. I'm home, I showered, I changed my clothes. Yeah, it is way too hot to be tracking out in this heat. 102, I think, was the highest my car read. So on track, it was probably like 112, 115 maybe. It definitely felt like it. My car felt super sluggish. But with the new suspension from Forutne Auto, the car handled amazing. It felt like it was on rails. Before, the car would feel like very understeery, you know, like a front-wheel drive car, like an all-wheel drive car that's front-wheel drive bias normally would. But now, because I was so used to like fighting it, I wasn't prepared for how much the car actually wants to kick out. It rotates so much better now. Like, the suspension is what this car needed from the get-go. And anybody who says the car doesn't need suspension actually probably doesn't compete on, like, you know, trying to get a better time. They just want to go out and have fun, which is fine. That's what the car is for. You know, take it out there however you want. But just be mindful that once you get anywhere near like intermediate level, like maybe even like a higher beginner level, like the suspension and tires are definitely the weak point of the car, which, as you can see, I got new tires here for Grid Life coming up soon. I didn't want to track on these yet because these are actually a much thicker tire. This 255 compared to the 245 that's from factory. And, you know, I didn't want any big variable changes. I wanted the suspension to be doing all the work today to see how much better the car felt. And for me to hit my personal best from before, I didn't hit a personal best today, it's just way too hot. But for me to even hit the same time I hit before, just goes to show you how much better the car handles. It's actually outperforming the tires. The Toyo R1Rs are okay. They're better than stock, but they can't keep up with my level. And I think I'm just gonna give the Falcons a try. The RT660, I believe, is what they are. Another thing that needs to be addressed first and foremost is the oil temperature. Coolant on a high today, I saw it hit like 210. Which is still within normal operating temps. It's perfectly fine at 210, but the oil was seeing like 278, 279. I think at the highest when I peaked down at it one time. And that is just way too much for me. It needs to be somewhere right around like no higher than 260 max. So an oil cooler is a definite must on this car. Another thing that needs to be addressed is that the car is too quiet. I can't hear the car at all. So like my focus is always on the tachometer, like more so than it should be, because I don't want to make, with the windows down and the helmet on, you really can't hear the car. Especially since I took the intake off, I didn't want it to be a variable in today's outcome, but the car definitely needs an exhaust, and that is what that is for. So I already have everything I need to prepare for the next track day. But before I put any of that stuff on, I definitely need to be able to source it in an oil cooler. I don't think there's anybody that makes one just yet specifically for the GR Corolla. I might have to piece one together by doing a universal setup, but we'll see how that comes along. But yeah, guys, that is it for today. Suspension, top notch. Couldn't be happier with how they performed. They performed exactly how I wanted them to, and then some. I definitely do need to play with the dampening bit for MSR. MSR is a very bumpy track, so I think I have it a little bit too stiff. I probably need to soften it up. But overall, that's just me needing to play with my dampening. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, car handled great. It was just way too hot. I couldn't get more than like 4 laps in before I just had to like do a cool down lap. I tried pushing it one extra time, and that's when the all-wheel drive rear diff thing overheated and went into front-wheel drive mode, yada, yada, yada. You know how it goes. I knew it was going to happen. I actually expected it to happen a lot more than it did, so that just goes to show you that there's still like a lot more room for me to like mess around and push it even harder. So anyway, guys, thank you for sticking around. I know a lot of you guys have been asking where the sticker giveaway has been. I actually ran out of stickers, but I just got some more made. So if you guys want a chance to win a free sticker, just go ahead and comment down below. It's way too hot to be tracking. If you comment that, I'll pick a winner, and I'll give me your address and I'll send you guys out a sticker. So until next time, guys, later.